What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. This is the Grastards. That's Dre. I'm Ariel.
Hey.
And today, talking about Secret Invasion Season 1 on Disney+. Dre, what are your thoughts?
You say Season 1, but nigga, this is not getting Season 2.
Yeah.
This is... I'm gonna...
This is it.
Nick Fury comes back to Earth to meet up with the Skrulls because they're pissed that he didn't keep his promise about helping them find a homeland. That's the premise of the show.
That's pretty much, what goes down. Yeah.
But I'm gonna get right to it.
Get right to it, man.
This show blew. This show fucking sucks. And everything. I wrote some pros because it's my job to look on the bright side. But the show blew.
There are some good things about it. I'm probably one of those weird people that liked it up until a certain point.
That's it.
I had it up there.
All right.
And then it kind of crushed it for me.
Well, go ahead. Well,
so I could start
yeah, go ahead. Pro it up.
My first pro was that it was different than what we're used to seeing on those Disney shows with all the spy stuff. I mean, the stakes were high. That first episode with the death of a character that we all seen. You know, these are spoilers, so and enough time has passed, so you guys should have seen it. But Maria Hill.
She died for this stupid ass show.
She died for this dumbass show. But that's what happens. I mean, I wish they would have kept her around now after seeing the ending of the show.
Yeah.
But still, like, the stakes were high. They kind of was like a roller coaster where it kind of goes up to the ground and then kind of gets stuck on the way down. And then, the firefighters have to come and help you off. That's kind of like what it felt like. But my point. All the spy stuff that happens, you don't know who's the Skrull, trying to figure it out. It was fun. Watching the episodes, week to week, it was like, is this person a Skrull? Is this person a Skrull? So I enjoyed that part of it.
Okay, but here's my pros. It's really one, but I cut it in two. I was like, it's good to see Samuel Jackson back as Nick Fury.
Shit, Negro, that's all you had to say.
That's cool. And it was actually cool that they put Super Skrulls in the Marvel Universe. Those are my two pros. Everything else is con. So if you have something nice to say, go for it.
I can add on to what you said. Samuel Jackson, just seeing him as Nick Fury was good. I liked the guy that played Talos. I liked their buddy cop kind of chemistry that they had going on. It was good. I also liked Gravik.
Yeah, he was cool.
I liked him as a villain.
He started off cool, and then
it was a dumpster fire. But
I had to write a note of that.
He was a good believable villain. He had a good reason to be like, he was fed up. He wanted his right for his people, and he just like, hey, your way's not working. We're gonna do it my way. I agreed with that, and he was one of those kind of like mentally unstable kind of guy where he'd shoot his own people, and he did. As a villain, he was kind of like it made you kind of hate him a little bit.
Okay, is that your pros?
Yeah, that's our pro, the villain. And there was one scene I did like when I liked that Nick Fury had the wife, the Skrull wife.
Yeah, that was cool.
I liked that. I liked when they tried to break into their house and her and Amelia Clark fought those guys off with the guns and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that was a good scene. I know you don't like it.
I don't like it. All right, I'm going to cons. Fuck this, man. The show blew. All right, and this is the thing. I'm going to counter some of your points that you just made. The whole premise, I'm a comic book guy. I read the comic books. I know the story. I know people are going to be like, it's not like the comics. Fuck that. You don't have to be like the comic to be a good show. They killed off two of the main people that could have been through the 6 episodes. It's only 6 episodes that you could have been there. Are they a Skrull? Aren't they a Skrull? They could have had Maria Hill around the whole time. Like, is she a Skrull? They could have had that Martin Freeman guy. They could have had him around. Is he a Skrull? And everything. They have Rhodey around. You know he's a Skrull because he's acting like a dick from the moment he's on screen the whole time. Not Rhodey, not funny, not this. He's not doing the black guy stuff with Nick Fury who's trying to be cool with him. You can easily tell he's a Skrull.
Yeah.
Didn't like that. You could have had 3 extra people on there like, are they a Skrull? Because, like I said, in the comic books, the whole thing was you never knew who was a Skrull or not.
Yeah, could have been a hero, could have been
anybody. It could have been anybody, and that was the suspense. And I thought we were going to get that because it's a spy show. And Nick Fury is lightweight Marvel's Batman. He's always 2 steps ahead. He always knows something. He always have a plan. Thank you. Yeah, he's not fighting niggas, but But for the knowing what's going on aspect of it, I mean, Batman knows everything's going on. Nick Fury knows.
All that stuff.
That's why they did the harvest where everybody's DNA was there. Thought all this shit was stupid. I'll say that again. The harvest is everybody's DNA, all the hard heroes, the Hulk, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, or like fucking Groot, everybody. And Nick Fury had a vial of that, which the graphic guy you're talking about wanted, who I also thought was a bitch for the reason you think he's cool.
You were cold as ice.
I don't care what kind of promise Nick Fury said, we'll help you find a planet, and he didn't do it. Instead of going genocidal and we're going to take your planet, why don't you have a conversation with the nigga? Why don't you see what's going on?
That's what makes sense for people turning bad, though. That's the point I was trying to make.
Not over 10 years when you're trying to find a planet in the galaxy. That's kind of like, come on, man, give me some goddamn time. I'm a human and I'm going up in space.
Man, you don't know how the Skrull DNA works?
They did. They lived 4 times our life. Remember, they were in the car and he's like, your lifetime.
Oh, yeah.
So don't give me... I paid attention, people. And it was a bullshit show. It's nothing to do with the wokeism, what they threw a little in there or anything, but it was just it was just a bad written show, so I don't want people thinking it's because of that. Because Amelia Clark was in here. She was the dude's daughter. Amelia Clark, I feel like she was wasted. She had one fucking look the whole show.
She was
just staring off into the distance. Is she a good guy, shy guy? They didn't even play that up really. She double-crossed her dad, but she double-crossed her dad to join the guy at first, where she was on his team. Then the dad tells him, this guy killed your mom. But you don't see it. All happens off screen. He killed your mom. So then she starts helping her dad, but their bombs were supposed to go off. And she's telling Dad, it's going to be in packs I marked and everything. But they weren't in those packs, and the bombs still go off. So is she really helping him, or she double-crossing?
But that was the good, espionage stuff. You didn't know. But then they didn't follow through.
Exactly. So you can't give them credit.
It started off good, and then they were kind of
you can't, exactly. You don't get credit for fucking having the first page of a book being good. This is a solid good page. No, if it sucked, it sucked. You can't, or I should say chapter. I'm
not disagreeing.
No, I'm just
as a whole sucking. What I'm saying is,
totally
it started off strong. It was different. It was exciting to see something different. And then they messed it up. They dropped the ball. They fumbled it. They fumbled the ball.
I was like, I can't give anybody credit out of a 6-episode show. One episode's good and 5 are trash. I liked the wife and everything. I did like Nick Fury and his wife, but it wasn't like...
There's little sprinkles in every episode.
Yeah,
just do this.
Because you got Samuel Jackson. He's going to give some
because you were kind of cooking there for a second.
Nah, yeah.
What you said about the not only having the one only Rhodey being the Skrull.
That was stupid.
That bugged me because like you said, in the comic, a bunch of people you don't know. It could be Captain America. It could be you don't know.
Which he was, but go ahead.
Spoiler for the comic. But yeah, it could have been a bunch of people, but they had other figures in the world, like NATO and all this. It's people that nobody care about from the show's perspective. They could have brought in Ant-Man or something, and then it would have been he's a Skrull too.
That's what I'm saying.
While he was off of Quantumania, the Scott line that was
missed
here.
Opportunity. Even if they didn't bring in the Avengers, but they kept it that cast. That's why I was like, why are you killing off Maria Hill?
Yeah, they could have had Maria Hill, Martin Freeman the whole time.
The whole time.
Doing shady stuff.
Yes. Where it's is it this and everything? Amelia Clark, she was switching sides you didn't know, but they didn't do anything with that. And every time she was on screen, it was kind of boring and and everything like this. I told you I liked the Super Skrull thing, so I liked that he was collecting hero DNA and all this stuff. But they touch on that. Everybody thinks in one of these shows that are in Disney Plus, which is why they gotta probably start this shit over. It's why don't you just call the Avengers? And Fury talks about that to Rhodey when he's like, why don't you call your friends? He's well, my problem. He's like, if we call them in and the Skrulls get their DNA, then we'll have superpowered Skrulls running around. I was like, that's not how Skrulls work. If you even in their own universe, if a Skrull sees an image of a nigga, he can become him. Yeah. That's how it works. What are you talking about?
Probably just a way to keep the Avengers out.
They always got to think of some stupid way to do it. Right. I just rather be like, nigga, they're off-world.
My boy's wicked smart.
Or something, they're disbanded or something like this. But there's always some stupid reason. I'm like, okay. And then the Gravitz guy or whatever his name is, he already had he was already a Super Skrull.
He was essentially a Super Skrull, which I liked that he was a Super Skrull.
He was,
because it added weight to him as a villain. is him having the Groot arm and the Extremis where he can revive. It's like, oh crap, like how are we gonna take this guy down? Which leads into my other con, which kind of goes into like the main con of the whole thing, is Gravik's death.
Yeah.
Gravik's death
if they were having a season 2.
He was wasted. He was completely wasted. They try to build him up. Oh, he's this bad guy. I know you don't like him, but what they were trying to do, they were trying to build him up.
He started off good. Like
he started off and he was doing stuff.
Episode,
he did the gun thing. He went in there. He was taking people out. He was killing his own people. He was doing stuff to make you hate him. And then the harvest thing happens, and then they kind of trick him. And the con of cons, the mother of dragons becomes the mother of Marvel. And she takes it and she gets pretty much every power.
Yeah.
Like 21 power. She already had the Extremis from before.
Yeah.
Because she had taken it. So then she gets everything else.
Well,
and now she's unstoppable.
That's what again, like the last episode just put the cherry on top of this show fucking sucking. Yeah. Because she goes in to face that guy, but she's dressed as Nick Fury. So he thinks he's fighting Nick Fury. There's a big dome machine.
She's not dressed, but like she's the image of
him. Yeah. And there's a big dome machine that gives them their powers and everything. She goes in there trying to act like she wants to end it and brings the harvest to him with all the superhero DNA. It's the real thing. And he's like, she gives it to him. Will you stop? And he's like, yes, I'm not gonna stop. He puts it in the machine. And Nick Fury is still in the middle of the machine. Instead of like hitting him or something like this out of the way or throwing him across the room like, thanks, nigga, and everything, and then put it in the machine and turn it off. No, he just puts it in and turns it off with him and Nick Fury in there. Then come to believe, he didn't
know the scrolls. It probably kills humans.
That's what I'm... Yeah. But that's what I mean. Even
it wasn't explained, but that's not what I was thinking.
It's not,
he probably left him in there because he thinks
I'm not on for this thinking outside the box shit. Yeah. It's like, you didn't know. You could have tossed them aside and turned on the powers and everything. I would have believed it if she then ran into the machine and was like, no, the powers. I would have bought that. I was like, no, the powers.
She dived in?
Yeah, I would have got that. But he just turned it on with him in there, and then he's like, yes. Yeah. And then she's like, yeah. And then, that makes no sense to me because she's like 4'1", and he's a 6'3".
That's already had all these extra powers, has had time to train, and then she comes in there, gets everything, and wipes the floor with him.
I teach you to pick on a helpless invalid. All right, he's had enough. Somebody help the captain.
Like, it wasn't even fair. Like, she just completely annihilates him.
She learned,
and she knows how to do everything.
Yeah, that was the thing. I was like, even these heroes kept telling me, oh shit. She just had it and everything and just totally whipped his ass.
Yeah, it was...
She blows a hole in him, which I was like, yeah, technically that could kill him. But I would think, like...
He does have the Extremis.
That's what I was saying. If they did a season 2, it would probably show him healing or something.
Yeah, but who cares?
I was like,
at this point, who cares?
I was like if you know he's got some powers, decapitate him.
He lost all credibility.
Yeah, he was trash. I didn't like the whole...
I don't know how they're going to come back from, like, her having all the powers. Because, one, she makes pretty much every hero now irrelevant.
Yeah.
If they would have just kept her as a Skrull, and she already had the Extremis. If she would have got 1 or 2 more powers or whatever, and she would have been a Super Skrull... There's multiple Super Skrulls. There's not just the one that has the Fantastic Four stuff.
Yeah.
They could have used that, and she could have came in other movies and stuff. Oh, I'm a Super Skrull, but I'm on your side. And it would have been fine. But now she has everything? Thor level?
Yeah. This is
Thor level, who we've had for over 10 years.
I told you this show blows. And everything.
That just completely derailed everything and just dropped the show down.
So now she's that, and then she teams up with the new female Nick Fury. Basically, Nick Fury leaves, and there's a British lady who becomes the new, like, Nick Fury and everything, and she joins her team, and where they walk off together to start a new kind of team or whatever, and it's like, and everything. This was a waste of my goddamn time.
What's the in the comic books, the British team that has, like, Captain Britain and Megan? Excalibur. Maybe they're trying to do some Excalibur.
Because Henry Cavill's free, and they were trying to get him to come in.
They get Captain Britain. They can get what is it called? The Union Jack. They can get a bunch of people, and that'll be a good team. Blade.
Yeah, well, Blade ain't never gonna come out.
Blade's British.
Yeah, but he ain't never coming out.
Black Knight. They have people.
Yeah, but the movie isn't coming out. That shit's been kicked back like 8 times. They announced that in 2017. Well, okay. Well, I think to end this up, they need to reset Marvel. Just, you can't do this without the big three. They're dead, their contract's up,
but they
or
can.
whatever.
They can. You know what they can do?
They can reset the
X
universe.
and men.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
Yeah, but that's X-Men's kind of like is crisp because they got their own world, even though they can't.
Yeah, just get out of this world, and that's how you reset it with that world, and then kind of like bring those people in here.
Yeah, well, I think with the big ass reset, hey, there's the Beyonder. He hits the reset button. Captain America's a new actor. Iron Man's a new actor, and now we have mutants and shit now too. Like, just reset it. Just clear the board. You can't. No one's gonna give a fuck. We're not that like we know it's stories. It's not like real history. Just reset.
Or since they've already talked about the multiverse, say, all right, we're done with this multiverse. We're going to the other.
Yeah,
there's another multiverse, so that gives them the freedom to bring those people back.
Yep.
Whatever Doctor Strange does some whatever, and then
let everybody go. Your contracts are up, niggas. We're starting over with these young people.
All right.
I just go. But all right,
let's get into it. Let's go with yours. No, you're Mr. Passionate.
No, go first because I don't want to make people been saying you've been copying my scores.
Those are my scores.
Nah, nigga, go first.
All right, I'm gonna go first. I liked it at first, and then it went down for me. My score was higher at first, but right now, after watching it, 6.5 is what I'm going with.
6.5.
6.5 because I did like it. I did like it until the end.
That's like 6 points too high, my nigga. Nah, my RN score for this one is a 4.
A 4?
I think this is completely missable. Don't waste your time. Serves no purpose. There's no narrative. We just told you the girl becomes a super Skrull and they start a new kind of SHIELD organization with the British lady. That's all you need to know. And Nick Fury's off Earth. That's literally all you need to know. I mean,
when it ties into the extended universe.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really.
You know?
Rhodey's back.
Rhodey.
The real
Rhodey who's been a Skrull since he broke his back in Civil War.
Yeah,
so even when he doesn't probably even know Tony's dead.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, see, there's that. I was like, but that's the only thing. You know it all. Don't waste your time. Save fucking 6 episodes of your time and just watch something else. Watch these videos. Leave a comment. Yeah. What did you think?
Leave a comment.
If you watched it. And if you didn't, good for you. You're a smart nigga.
Follow us on our socials too. We got TikTok. We got all this stuff going. We're trying to, get out there. Diversify our portfolios. This man needs a drink.
I do.
And I'm out.
That's so blue, man. I can't believe that.
I can't believe you gave it a 4, man. That's a little bit more than a 4.
Nah, nigga, that's 4 too high. I was gonna give it a 1.